6:25 p.m. Call this session into order. We'll start with the invocation. Senator Oldcrow, if you would give us a invocation. We'll go with roll call.
White Clay Bacalop's here.
Spotted, Cigarette,
Hogan, Reno here.
how'd you want to try to respond with that? You
Yoto, Watchers here. Go on, Watchers.
Boyer, Bighorn. White Clay Black Lodge here.
Devontae Luna's here. Good luck, he goes to that bunch under here. Male Bear, mighty king, President.
White Clay Black Lodge here.
Deep Green, Elm Creek, here. 13 present.
13 present. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. At present time, recognizing guests and visiting officials. We had a executive vice chair. He's not here. So we'll move on to review and adopt the agenda. Make a motion to review and adopt the agenda. Senator Realbird made a motion to review and adopt the agenda. There was a second from Senator Rowan. Question by Senator Goodluck.
I'd like to make a motion.
Motion by Senator Malbear Stone.
Point of order. Vote on your motion.
Okay. We'll vote on the motion. All in favor for review and adopt the agenda? All for, all abstain? 13-0-0. Okay. Senator Malbear Stone, go ahead with your motion.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to entertain the LR that is before us.
We have a motion on the floor to entertain the LR that is before us. on the agenda, second by Senator Goodluck. I have a question from Senator Spotted. All those in favor? $13.00. So at present time, we have an LR before us. If our legislative legal would like to read this into record, have them read into record on this.
Question of privilege.
Go ahead, Senator.
Yo, pues, Senator Yellowtail, I'm making a motion, and it was not a motion, I bought his language for $20. And then,
So, present time, the title, and then everyone on the document.
It's the January session 2019 Crow Legislative Branch. This resolution introduced by the Crow Tribal Legislative Branch. The resolution titled, "A Resolution of the Crow Tribal Legislature for a Vote of No Confidence in Chairman A.J. Alvin Manfred Jr."
Can we get a motion to adopt? Senator Stone, motion, question by Senator Rovan, second by Senator. No question, excuse me. All those in favor? 1300. Continue.
Thank you. Legislative findings. Whereas the Crow Tribal Legislature, hereinafter legislature, has the power and duty under Article 5, Section 2 of the Crow Tribal Constitution to promulgate and pass laws, resolutions, and guidelines in accordance with the Constitution and federal laws for the governance of the Crow Tribe. And whereas the legislature has attempted to work with the chairman of the Crow Tribe repeatedly, asking for meetings, budgets, and plans for all aspects of tribal government. Financial reporting to the legislature and the Crow Tribal General Council is a constitutional and a statutory requirement with an explicit duty to the Crow Tribal Executive Branch and to assist the Executive Branch in sustaining and providing accountability and transparency to Crow Tribal members. Whereas the legislature has repeatedly been stymied by the chairman as he has failed to show to meetings, some called by the chairman himself, failed to provide detailed budgets for the legislature to consider, and has refused to identify to the legislature and the Crow people his plans for the growth and success of the Crow Tribe. Whereas the legislature has continued to put forth solutions for the executive's consideration, including plans for the payment of the tribe's liabilities, development of the tribe's resources, and creation of new jobs for tribal members. Those plans have all been rejected by the chairman without discussion, contrary to Article 4, Section 3C of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman sold the Crow Tribe Buffalo, a trust resource, without legislative approval in accordance with Article 4, Section 3J, F of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has not had and currently does not have a comptroller as required by Article 4 and 5A of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has never reported to the legislature as required by Article 4, Section 3B of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has not followed the Fiscal Management Act, CLB 0708, and in violation of Article 4, Section 3G of the Crow Constitution. I'm missing part of this. May I have a moment?
Yes, please receive this in its entirety.
There's a copy on the second side of this sheet we can get in, so we're going to single slide and bring them in. Just a 3-page resolution.
Okay. Current time, we can wait for the copies so that the senators can follow along and go through. So we'll take a 5-minute break. I'll make a motion. Second. Senator, good luck. All in favor? Hurry up.
Man, you do what you do to Sean.
Yeah, a question?
Yeah,
Question of privilege?
question of privilege, please.
Yes.
One we can put him on Sunday, and
The slander and defamation. We have a motion on the floor. We have a 5-minute break. We can
at that end.
talk to legal and see if it's pertaining to this, if it's germane to be on the LR. So with that, we have a motion on the floor for a 5-minute break. All in favor? Speaker. All right. Don't leave or.
Where do you go?
Okay. 5 minutes is over. We'll legal if you would continue reading.
Top of page 2. Whereas the chairman willfully violated tribal crow law by not following the pay schedule passed by the Crow Tribal Legislature in JAR 1804, an act which included paying vendors and tribal branches in violation of Article 4, Section 3G of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman failed to have the Indian Community Development Block grant for the Crow Tribal Housing, submitted timely costing the Crow Tribe $1,000 needed for community housing. Whereas the chairman failed to have the Crow Tribal Housing Plan adopted and submitted timely, costing the Crow Tribe valuable dollars needed for community housing. Whereas the chairman has handed Indian Health Services third-party billing to Rocky Mountain tribal leaders, removing an enormous source of income from the Crow Tribe. Whereas the chairman has failed to utilize funds earmarked for the Crow Tribe from the state of Montana Community Block Grant Funds and Montana State Commerce Department, costing the Crow Tribe revenue, employment, program dollars, and loss of indirect monies in violation of Article 4, Section 3A. Whereas, Tribal Constitution. Whereas the chairman has failed to act upon, follow up with, and provide a solution to the 3 Office of Inspector General audits on the Crow Tribe, placing the Crow Tribe, Crow Tribal members, and services provided to those members in jeopardy in violation of Article 4, Section 3A of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has not prevented buffalo hunting by non-tribal members on Crow lands in violation of Article 4, Section 3J of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has not reported back to the legislature the expenditures of the executive office despite requests made directly to the executive and the auditors, including reporting on travel expenses and the purpose of those travels. Whereas the chairman has not appointed members to various committees, including the Terror Board, to the detriment of Crow members and in violation of Article 4, Section 5B of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has failed to see the trash removed from the reservation, causing serious health problems for tribal members. The chairman's failure to have the trash removed is in violation of Article 4, Section 3B of the Crow Constitution. Whereas the chairman has a duty to delegate responsibilities. The chairman improperly delegated his authority under the Crow Constitution to his attorney, whereas the Crow Constitution requires delegation to the comptroller and other executive officers pursuant to Article 4, Section 5 of the Crow Constitution. Now, therefore, the Crow Legislature, for the above reasons and for other good cause shown, does determine to find it has no confidence in Chairman Alvin Narafray and his abilities to govern as chairman of the Crow Tribe, and asks the remaining executive members to act accordingly. Now, therefore, be it hereby resolved by the Crow Tribal Legislature in regular session. The Crow Tribal Legislature disapproves of Chairman A.J. Alvin Narafray's current fiscal management of Crow Tribal government assets and how Crow Tribal funds have been expended without complete and lawful financial reporting. The Crow Tribal Legislature gives notice to Crow Tribal General Council members that any and all tribal funds expended without complete and proper reporting to the Crow Tribal Legislature and the Crow Tribal General Council are unlawful. This legislative resolution shall become binding upon being duly adopted by the Crow Tribal Legislature.
Thank you, legal. And everybody has the copy pertaining to that.
Clay,
30 minute.
phone call.
Yeah, I gave him some
30 minute.
30 minutes.
We're into the 30-minute presentation with the sponsor. The sponsor would be the legislative branch. And if we have any other any comments? Any presentation by any of the sponsors? Right now I'll say something on this. These are all articles under the Constitution that all of us here swore an oath to uphold. That we placed our hand upon the Bible and swore to uphold in front of, elected by our districts and our people to uphold the Constitution. And within this, we have all these issues that violate the Constitution that we all swore to uphold and protect. And all of these issues are, ends up with our membership. We're not upholding our promise to our members in our districts for all these things. The reporting, we've all been through here. We've all been here through budget. And, we've made trips to have meetings outside of this branch, and where the chairman was a no-show. And during that time we didn't have pay. We went on our own. And, even through that, we still made it there on time. And so all of these are in accordance with the Constitution that we swore to uphold and protect, and the promise we made to our districts and our people. So, with that, do we have any other? Senator Robert.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. Just a quick note, I believe that Senator Hogan had some language that he wanted to add as we're at. We're still in the process of discussing and we need to approve it yet. At this point, I think we're brainstorming and hammering out information.
Yes, and going down after, once we get to the amendment section, Senator Hogan can make an amendment to that, and we can add it in. We're holding an amendment, but right now we are reading the 30-minute presentation by our sponsor. So, any of the other legislatures have anything else to say to this? Now is your time. Anything?
As you know, he's been in there, 2 years already as a chairman. Anything but a Crow tribe, if you think about it. The chairman goes out there and brings money in, does whatever he can to help the tribe. I never seen this guy do that, as a chairman. People voted him in, but I don't think he's doing his job. Turn around and he's hurting the people. And I don't agree with that. So I'm for this right now. Even though, he comes in once in a great while. That's it. And I always ask him, are you going to bring a legislation in so we can work on it? He never did. We need to do that. We need legislation. And he never does bring anything in. When he does, it's past the timeline. And always rejected. It looks bad on us. But we follow the rules, I guess. Follow the rules. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Senator Dietrich. Senator Okro.
In my prayer earlier, oath of office just parallels with it. Right now, what we're doing, upholding the Constitution. Raul?
Thank you, Senator Okro. Senator Grovan.
I guess make a motion to close presentation and move to the rate
motion on the floor. Do we have a second? Do we have a second from Senator Hogan? Have a question? Question, Senator Goodluck. All in favor of closing 30-minute presentation and moving on to debate? Unanimous. Okay, moving on to debate. The floor is now open for debate. Do we have any? Senator Burwell?
Make a motion to close debate. Move on to amendments, so Lloyd can present his amendment.
Motion to close debate, move on to amendments, and second by Senator Goodluck. All in favor? 13-0. So moving on to the amendment section. Do we have any amendments? Senator Hogan?
Yes.
Go ahead with your amendment.
If you amend it and add in the, put in the slander. I actually wanted to put this in there on the back if we could. As exhibit E. Yeah.
We have a motion. We have a second from Senator Railbird to add into this defamation slander of the legislature with a printout that was put into the elder check and posted from the Crow Tribe of Indians website and social media. Right there we have a second from Senator Railbird. All those in favor of this amendment? And the handout will be put into the back as Exhibit A.
Speaker, if I may, can I add, would it be permissible to add to highlight this, a whereas that says something like, the chairman has repeatedly slandered and libeled the elected officials of the Crow Tribe as elected by the Crow members, as found in Exhibit A, something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that satisfy your amendment?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Question of privilege.
yes.
I agree with this, but is this going to make us look like we're being vengeful? I mean, by saying he did this to us, even though we have all this other stuff on there. I just don't want us to be making ourselves seem like we're trying to use this as a vengeance, try to see us as being vengeful towards us, as something to get to better ourselves when we're here to represent the whole tribe and not just us, but that's it.
I think that would be, your question is a question of opinion, and it would be an opinion to all the senators. We just voted on that motion, and that's where it would come in to play on that, but it is a matter of opinion on that part. And I think we should direct the question to our legal to see if that should be added to answer the question privilege is to answer Senator Yellowtail's question.
Specifically to the libel and slander? It's like a lawsuit, right? You make an allegation. It doesn't have to be proved until you go through a process. This is an allegation. It is being put forward by Senator Hogan, I guess on behalf of the body, that there is libel and slander in this communication. Specifically, it would be libel. It's written down, but also words that were said. Those would be slander. And if that's an allegation you want to make, it's sort of like a lawsuit, right? I can allege anything in a lawsuit. I just have to prove it. You can allege this, and it can be proven or not proven, but this isn't a legal law document. It's not going to court of law. It's a political document. So you know, the body can do what the body thinks it needs to do. There's not an issue from a strictly legal point of view of putting that in here. Because you can, I mean, if you were offended by it and thought that it was libelous or slanderous, then you were. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good. That's, you know, because I think we need to somehow let them know that we're standing up for ourselves. I was just wondering if we were kind of almost overstepping our authority or anything, but just trying to make us look pitiful or something. Okay.
So the full amendment to the document, we have a whereas added at the end that would say, whereas the chairman has repeatedly slandered and libeled the elected officials of the Crow tribe as elected by the Crow members, as found in Exhibit A attached to this resolution, as was sent to tribal elders in their elders benefit check. That would be what I would propose.
Being as this Senator Hogan's amendment, is that good for that?
Yes.
Did you have a question on privilege?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if we can go on a 5-minute break and have them put it in there, everything that's, you know, to add, so we can look at it. Just like if we have a concern on it, so.
Okay. We have two questions of privilege. We have a, he has a motion on the floor. So
What's the motion?
let's,
5-minute break.
Oh,
he's doing a motion.
5-minute break to add the
5-minute
language
break
and the exhibit.
but then we have a question of privilege.
You got a second to that motion?
We have a second. We need a second for his motion. We have a question from Senator DeMonte. Is it concerning your question of privilege? Is it concerning this amendment?
Yes, it is.
Okay. To the body, let's hear your question of privilege.
Tom, I went to that elder feed and he's what he put in that check in to the elders, they were bad mouthing us over there. I put on the group text if anybody was at that elder feed, and they had an elder standing up there. Sergeant Hall sitting up there bad mouthing all the senators. And AJ told me to go over there because he was trying to work out an option for me to get a legislature phone because the speaker I've been without a phone for going on 7-8 months now. You know, I was trying to work out something with the chairman, but I don't know what his intentions were. But when I went to the elder feed, there's a lot of elders there, a lot of people, and we stood up there and they badmouthed us over these checks and maybe that letter he sent in there with them checks, but we didn't think twice about, you know, trying to refrain from making us look bad or what we did, what we passed, and what we didn't agree with the budget. But that's beside that. That's just the way politics is. This is what we signed up for, and it's part of this whole political process. But I just thought you'd know that because I was there when he said that. And they sure badmouthed us pretty bad. Said we're disrespectful to the elders. We don't have any Crow traditions. We don't talk our Crow language. Basically, need to be removed, and we don't got no respect for this government, anything like that. So I don't know. I heard it with my own ears, saw it with my own eyes. So that's why I put in that group text if anyone was there or not. But I was. So I just thought I'd let the senators know that. Oh.
Alright, thank you, Senator Monty. We have a motion on the floor, and then we need a second for the 5-minute break to add this in there so it's in its entirety. Do we have a second from Senator Grovon's motion? We have a second, Senator Yellowtail. I have a question from Senator Stone. All in favor? 5-minute break to get this in there for Senator Hogan's amendment.
okay.
Alright, thank you. Our break is over. We lost quorum. We had 13. And currently Senator Allison Boyer, Garrett G. Boyer, broke quorum. He left. And so right now we're at 12, and the LR that we're proposing wouldn't be legal. So right now what we're looking at doing is doing it as a letter from the branch and giving all of the senators that are present options to sign it under as their support of it. And you know, we have all these issues. We brought it up. Everybody with their opinions out there, and you know, we do have the option to say yes. We have the option to say no. We have the option to abstain. And you know, instead of exercising that option, he chose to leave. So right now it'll be coming as letter form. So
Just do a roll call. Put them on here.
okay, and then we'll do a roll call in favor of, and the ones that want to do be in favor, we'll start from Black Lodge and make our way through the districts.
In favor or?
In favor.
I'm writing a letter.
We have the letter here.
Yeah.
We'll change this LR to a letter, and
Should read the letter. Should read the letter for the record.
Into record?
We can read the letter tonight, and with the intention of passing the LR when we form.
And legal said, you know, Senator Okro feels more comfortable as it being an LR, which I agree. But we can do the letter today and then pass it when we have quorum as an LR.
If you went to court, it's gonna say you don't have quorum.
And then when we do reconvene on maybe Thursday, is what our plan is, that we can, since it's still in the agenda and everything is there, you know, just come in as Thursday as an LR, but for tonight we can do it as a letter form and have put our signatures on there as in support of this vote of no confidence. Like I said, we all have our own opinions. We all have our options to say yes, no, or abstain. But choosing not to do that and walking out is kind of a breaching of our duty to the people. Senator Okro.
Always plays a part of the devil's advocate. There's two things. Not a quorum, and one of the districts not represented. There's two things. We're not a quorum, and one of the districts not represented. And that's why we really want the letter form that might be brought up. I don't want anything to be brought up to where there's any, where there's any kind of doubt. I wonder where it's all, you know, legal. I'm for it, but I want it to be where it has more time.
Yes.
When I take my dentures out, I'm pretty weak.
Go ahead, Senator Stone.
Thank you, Speaker. We're in a session right now, and the boys that aren't here, they know they should be here, but they're not. So we could go on. They know what's going on. Opinion. Thank you.
Yes. Noted. And this is our session. We are required to be here. This is to our people. You know, they never had the. We have over here for Stockton for attendance. I believe. No, we had that last session.
We got them one day, it's a place for you to go to.
And then, so, since they didn't know that they would be docked at this time, I have to talk to the secretary, but, you know, attendance is something we should be doing for our people. Some of the guys here, I mean, I don't want to call you out, but Senator Spotted, probably slept 2 hours today and made it here. We had Senator Whiteclay have a medical, and he came in right after his surgery. He still made it here. We have Senator Brown here that comes in after a medical, and he still makes it here when he needs to be. You know, we all have our duty to our people, and by not being here, we're letting our people down. So, but as in this to letter form, I think just to have it out there, we will meet on this again because it's still in our agenda. We're still in our motions.
I move that we, hold on.
Vote on the letter or vote on the LR. Okay. There's no quorum and we cannot hold a vote for this.
Can you get consensus?
We can.
Consensus.
We'll have to look at the legal side. But as speaker, we'll throw this as a letter, and whoever wants to get their approval for it, get your approval for it and put it on there.
You essentially would be acting as a committee of the whole, okay? So you're not in session, you don't have a quorum, but you can act as a committee to choose to move a letter of the committee forward or not. This, the committee here is those legislators present.
And you guys have the authority to create a committee to address an issue.
I mean, you're doing it right here. You've done it.
Ethics board.
How much?
You're over time.
How much authority does this letter have? If it was an LR, it would have more, right?
You know, I think the letter has great authority. It looks like an LR, right? It just doesn't have LR. It's the same thing. There's 10 signatures at the bottom. It's not binding law, but the LR isn't really binding. It's not binding law either. It's just it's a list of things you're saying your chairman hasn't done. So there's nothing in there that says you have to do this or that. It's just it's a list.
So basically, they're almost the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're just supported.
Yes, sir. If you're asking the legislature to do something, like expend monies or order something, this has no power. This is a request.
If he takes us to court, or we end up going to court and whatever happens, and we lay that out there, what authority do we have?
That's good authority. You're speaking as representatives of, you're speaking as representatives of the Dakota tribe. That's good authority. This is, if you sign it, if someone were to sign it, you're declaring that you think these things are true.
Oh, no, sure.
I'm signing.
All right.
Let's do it. Rolling it. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get it signed as a letter form.
Wait till you know who's on.
Yeah. Let's go through the motions for this letter that,
Sure.
we'll start with Black Lodge, make our way around. Yes, no, maybe so.
You actually Black Lobster Strut? Yes, approved. For a letter.
Boy, Shabir, I concur with everything. Let's do this.
Reno, yes. Hogan.
Don't you know, yes. Ellison, you want to say yes? Said he wants to vote on it.
Is he coming back?
He said the tow truck was coming, so he left, eh? He left his wife here, I guess, the other day. Tow truck's supposed to come pick up their vehicle or something. Yeah.
Let's get it on. So where are we at?
You.
You.
Sean said yes.
I said yes.
Yellow Tail loves yes.
Yes.
What do we got? You?
Tyson.
In Sarkozy, we couldn't have
Good luck, Eagles, you got bad charge, yes. Mel Bear, Maize Few. Yes.
Likewise, Whiteley, yes.
Don D. Lewis, I say yes.
This is sounds good on Mike. Tyson drove on, yes.
Deep Creek, Elm Creek, yes.
So, well, as a letter form, but we're still in the motions of this being an LR, so on Thursday when we start, the agenda is still where we're at, where we left off, so that way we'll start on this as the LR form. And then, I'm gonna have, let the office know, Thursday will be mandatory attendance. Sessions will be mandatory attendance, and, we'll go through the motions of whether it's extenuating circumstances.
I better get this up on the floor right now. If you say mandatory attendance on the 15th of next week, I got a mandatory Upshaw refresher too, mate.
Yep, and just let the office know what's going on.
Tuesday at 8 o'clock on the 15th, I got a Upshaw refresher training, so I gotta go up there on Tuesday.
Yep.
That way I can keep mine, I can't go to work.
Yep. So, Thursday, we'll put it out there, and then senators that cannot make it for medical reasons, or other reasons, that they just let us know in extenuating circumstances, our previous appointments, whatever, and I can thoroughly guarantee that I will be here during this whole sessions, and that I have no qualms about doing a mandatory attendance for sessions and the speaker not being here, because I will be here, and guarantee to you guys that we'll go through with this, and then we'll be having to move to docking pay if the attendance is not here, because we owe it to our people that put us in here. Since we have no quorum, we can't vote on closing session, so tomorrow is closed.